Keltische Musik von A bis Z. Schottenradio gehört zu mir.
Hello, we're the Outside Track and you're watching SchottenTV.
Hello again on SchottenTV, and today I have the pleasure to give a warm welcome to the Outside Track. Hello, how are you doing?
Very good, thank you. Thank you for having us.
How was the journey so far?
It's been great. We've been on tour in Germany for about a week now. I've got another 2 weeks to go. We're having a great time.
Great stuff. Well, let's talk about the band history. Why did you found actually the band?
Myself and Fiona were the original founders of the band. Had both been playing Scottish music and Irish music for a long time, and just thought, wouldn't it be fun to be in a band? And so, yeah, we thought,
Why
well,
not?
let's start a band. Exactly. And so we got together, we organised our first tour, and then ever since we've never stopped.
How did you found all the band members?
Well, myself and Ailey actually originally met in a pub in Limerick. We'd been told that there was another Scottish girl in Limerick, so we'd both been looking out for each other, and we heard these Scottish voices across the bar, and we met, and that's how we became friends, and we've sort of picked up everyone else on the way.
After or before the wheat drum?
During, and then many proceeded.
So, when did you start actually to be a musician? Probably you.
I started when I was about 12, and everyone in my family plays, and there's a local session every Friday night, so we all went to that and went to different festivals around Ireland, and yeah, so we all just play together, so it's great.
And what does it mean to you to be a musician?
I think as part of a family of musicians, it's really, it's brought us a bit closer together, and it's a great community to be part of, and you meet great people along the way.
Aye. And you?
I started playing music actually from being a Highland dancer. When I was really young, I went to Highland dancing, and so becoming a musician was kind of accidental. But once I discovered what playing music was like, and the connection you have with people when you play music, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, if you're playing music with other people, you have this special connection. And once I discovered that, I sort of couldn't stop and became quite addicted. And I thought the accordion was the coolest thing in the world. So.
Could you imagine a world without an accordion?
It would be a sad world.
No future and probably a really early Monday morning with a huge hangover or something like that. Okay, it's a silly question anyway. So, why do you think folk music is such successful worldwide?
I think the thing about folk music is it's music of the people, and all the songs and all the stories are things that people can relate to, and they can identify their own lives within it. It's music that makes you dance, it's music that makes you cry, it's music that makes you sing and play together, and it's very inclusive as a community, so I think that's why it's really popular.
Yeah, that's very, very true. It's the Outside Track. Why did you name your band the Outside Track?
The Outside Track is actually the name of the very first song that the Outside Track ever played, and that was, our name came from that. It seemed to be a good description of us, kind of not quite in the middle but on the track.
Okay, I see. So, the outside track live on stage, what do you try to transfer to the crowd while you're on stage?
I think we just want people to have a good time and, you know, try and make people dance or clap and just enjoy themselves. That's what it's all about.
We have so much fun when we're on stage that we kind of want that energy to, when the crowd are enjoying it, we enjoy it more, and it sort of becomes the...
And I think that's what people always say to us after the concerts. They always come up and say, you looked like you were enjoying yourself so much, and then it makes them smile, and they see us sort of laughing at each other on stage or whatever, you know, just like really enjoying it, and so that really comes across.
Yeah. The Scottish heritage, what does it mean to you?
I think it's a sense of place, and it's a sense of belonging. I love that we have this huge history to know about. My father is a big history nut, and from a young age, every weekend we had to go to a different castle and find out the history of it. So.
Daddy, I love you. Well done, Daddy. That's great.
So I think it's just really nice to know the stories and the songs and the history of the place that you're from, and know that there's so many people who have come before you trying to do the same thing.
So you know all about your history. Yeah.
God, don't give me a history test.
We should do a history test right now.
Oh, my dad says I'm a failure at it. So.
We got all the castles, though.
Yeah.
That is really cool. And to you?
A similar sort of belonging to somewhere, and I love history. I love the stories of people, and I think, I mean, being from the Highlands of Scotland, there's so many stories and so many like castles and the different things that have happened that are very still important, and the music and the crack is really important, and it's really nice to go home somewhere that's a beautiful place that has this beautiful history and lovely people.
Did you ever notice that people think Scottish or the Irish is very, very special? Do you ever notice that? Or do you think a French probably should be the same?
Yeah, I think a lot of people say about Scottish and Irish people that, you know, we're very friendly and very kind of welcoming, and I think that's, you know, it's a nice thing to be associated with. Especially whenever you go abroad, people say, oh, we love the Irish and we love the Scottish. So I think we're very lucky to be from such places.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very lucky as well. I'm actually live in heaven right now. Bonnie Lassie's at my studio. That's a really cool feeling to an old guy like me, you know. Well, we should watch a video.
Great.
When you produce your videos, and how would you explain actually your unique style of your band, of the outside track? It's not totally traditional, but it's not totally modern as well. Just explain it a bit.
No, it's this kind of melding of different styles of something. All of our songs and tunes either are traditional or are ones influenced by the folk scene, but we try to always present it in a modern style, and things like I play a harp, but it's an electric harp that I play, which makes it a bit different, for instance. And Maddie, one of our other members, dances. She does step dancing, so that's kind of in the show often as well. So I guess with the videos, we just try to give a sense of everything that people can expect when they see a show.
Yeah, you are
five
members.
Yeah.
So that means the rest of the gang is waiting in front of the studio door. And after this video, probably we should invite the guys, or probably not. We will see, you know. Okay. Anyway, watch the video, and we will be here when you will be back. So just enjoy it here on SchottenTV.
If you did, even if you did, been where you shouldn't have been, seen what you shouldn't have seen, dreamed what you shouldn't have dreamed. That doesn't mean you have to be locked up here forever. I'm gonna set you free. If you did, oh if you did, even if you did, done what you shouldn't have done, run when you shouldn't have run, lost when you shouldn't have won. That doesn't mean you have to be paying the price forever. I'm gonna set forever. I'm gonna set you free. If you did, oh if you did, even if you did, suffered from a broken heart, got off to a poor start, maybe you fell apart, it doesn't mean you have to be paying the price forever. I'm gonna set you free. If you did, oh if you did, even if you did, know that you shouldn't have known, shown what you shouldn't have shown, thrown that you shouldn't have thrown, that doesn't mean you have to be lying around here forever. If you did, oh if you did, even if you did, been where you shouldn't have been, seen what you shouldn't have seen, dreamed that you shouldn't have dreamed, that doesn't mean you have to be locked up here forever. That doesn't mean you have to be locked up here forever. I'm gonna set you free.
Welcome back on SchottenTV. I'm Basil Wolfrhine, and these are the ladies from the outside track. Hope you do enjoy your visit here on Castle Wolfrhine.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's great.
Let's talk about this fantastic video.
Thank you.
Tell me all the details behind the scenes, probably. Or these details. No, don't.
So the song is called Set You Free, and it was written by John Spillane, who's from Cork as well. And Cork people all have this this real pride about being from Cork. You know, nowhere else really exists. So yeah, we're a very proud kind of people. And John Spillane is a great songwriter, very well known, and he wrote this song. It's basically about if you make mistakes in life, not to worry too much about it because everything's going to be okay in the end. So that's what the song is about.
And so you're proud you come from Cork as well, yeah?
Oh, of course I am.
So this is your camera and all the people's from Cork. Just tell the guys, I don't know, a message, a private message. This camera.
Corky boo! Woo!
Whatever that means.
Of Cork!
So, and the style of the video, who did the video?
It was made in Glasgow by a filmmaker called Martin Forry, who does a lot of videos for people in the folk scene. Yeah.
When you realized the very first time the lyrics, what do you thought about this song?
We like that it's a really positive song, and I think that's something that we love. It's got such a positive message, you know, like things will go wrong in life and it's all what you make of it. And so yeah, we just felt it was one that fitted our mentality and was really upbeat. It's a great one. We often start our shows with it, and so it was a great one for that.
And who had the idea to put this Irish tap dancing in?
It's actually Cape Breton step dancing.
Oh,
and so Cape Breton step dancing is really closely related to Scottish step dancing, in that they're sort of first cousins, you could call them. And so Maddie, our step dancer, very often in the show she'll dance on something.
So when you plan to realize a new song, how do you work it out?
Well, we're all from different places, all from kind of Celtic cultures, and so we all put our ideas in together and we try out everybody's idea, and then it's like a process of elimination, and we see what works.
And so, probably as an accordion player, you always try to bring the accordion in front of house, you know.
She stretches
as long as you are.
That's my workout.
Her muscles are really big on this.
Okay, I see. So, just imagine watching broadcast, you know. When you're live on stage, do you work out a set list at first?
Yeah.
And did you ever had a situation, probably you play a clapping along a song and nobody Nobody realized they have to clap us or something like
Well,
that?
sometimes we'll give them a cue, you know.
Yeah.
They get the message.
They're totally quiet, you know.
Oh, not in Germany.
Never in
Germany. Not in Germany.
Germans are some of the best audience in the world. It's amazing.
To all our Germans,
Yeah. And you can clap in time. It's very rare.
and who can't do that.
Oh, I wouldn't like to name names. Let's just say the majority of the world's audiences cannot clap in
You
time.
always have to remember we do broadcast our signal to around the planet. Okay, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Audience. Do you think there's a difference between probably the Scottish crowd and Americans and Germans?
Oh yeah, there's definitely a difference, but the type of people that come are very similar around the world. It's just how reserved they are or how wild they are, and it depends. Like if we're playing at a festival, whether the festival's in Germany or America or Scotland, they tend to be a wilder crowd because they're out to party. And then concerts, it depends. Like in Germany, people clap a lot more.
Yeah.
And in Scotland, they whew and holler a bit more.
And then it's great if you get somebody in the audience who's up for dancing. Like,
Yeah,
and
that's
can
right.
get the whole crowd dancing really fast, but people can be quite shy otherwise.
Yeah, and probably when you play in a theater, it's the other situation as in a pub. You know,
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So, why do you think the outside track is such successful? Why you?
I think we've been going for a very long time, for about 10 years, and we work very hard on the material that we choose, and the arranging. We put a lot of energy into that, and we just try and make the show as exciting and fun for people as possible. So I think that's probably one of the reasons.
Do you think it have to do with the situation that you are four lassies right on
I
stage?
think it makes it really different from a lot of the other bands, and very often people come and say like, wow, we've never seen girls at the front of a band, and so that's really very much it. Like we're 4 girls and 1 guy, sometimes a drummer as well, but it's very much the 4 girls are on the lead instruments, and so that's really rare, and so we're big advocates for that and trying to encourage more girls to be playing crowd music and going on tour and sort of being at the helm of it.
And why did you bring a laddie with you?
We've just always had one boy in the band. We need someone to carry the band.
Lucky.
It's just always been the way it has been for some reason. You can come on tour with us if you like, Basil.
Oh, you all should remember exactly what did you say? Oh yes. Well,
We play one song in our set called The False Night on the Road, and the story of it is there's this little boy walking home at night, and he meets the devil, and the devil asks him some questions, and if he answers them right, he gets to go home. And if not, then we say that his punishment is he goes on tour with the outside track for all of eternity.
okay. I have no clue what you do talk about right now, but I do remember well when you said you can come with us. Great stuff, absolutely great stuff. Well, when our audience wants to buy a CD, your latest album, where can they do that?
From our website,
Yeah, and your website is?
www.theoutsidetrack.com.
Yeah, just follow the link. And buy the CDs, cause you know, even musicians have to buy bread and butter and have to pay bills, you know. So, and on your website, yes, they can find all the tour details and all the stuff.
Yeah, website and Facebook page are the big things that we use.
That's cool, that's cool. So, the latest CD, let's talk about that. When you brought all your songs together, who did actually the playlist, you know, who said, okay, we have to do this song on it and that song on it?
Again, we tend to like sort of audition a lot of material, and we'll try things out live, and some things we end up liking and they stay, and other things we think, no, we can do better. And so then it's generally like once we've got 12 tracks or so that we feel are really strong, we go in the studio and we try them out in that setting and see if they still work. And but yeah, it can take a long time. Normally it takes maybe 2 years between each album just to kind of come up with enough material that we really love enough to have it there for the rest of time.
Yeah.
So you need to do a double album. So, do you think there's a huge difference between the outside track on CD and live on stage?
I suppose there's always a difference between the CD and a band performing live. When you come to see a band perform live, you're more connected to it and the energy is different as opposed to when you listen to the CD. But we try and put energy into our CDs as well so that people can get the feeling of what we're like, and if they come to our show, they know what to expect.
Yeah, I think you get the personalities when you see us on stage more.
Yeah.
Do you try to sound like on CD live?
Everything is fairly close to what they'll hear. I guess some things evolve over time, so certain things we recorded them and now we play it a bit differently. But generally, like, musically it's a pretty faithful rendition. I guess the extra part is us.
Yeah.
Like seeing it in the flesh.
So do you put in live performance stuff as well? Live, probably solo stuff, you won't do on CD, fiddle solo or I don't know, an accordion solo?
A small bit, but generally our arrangements include part of these.
Oh, I see.
We try to sort of showcase all the instruments within the arrangement, so it's like a band with, like, you see a bit of everyone's personality throughout the sets and the songs.
Yeah, sometimes it can start with one instrument and then, two more come in, so you just get bit by bit, kind of step by step, you get this build up of what we all sound like eventually together. So.
And of course there's no dancing on the CD, so you get that. That's a big live edition.
That's very true. That's very true. So we should watch another video.
Great.
Because the videos are really cool. So we have another one for you. Just watch it, and when you will be back, hopefully we all will be here. No, for sure we will. And thanks for tuning in anyway. So see you very, very soon. Here on SchottenTV. I'm still your Basil Wolfrhine, but the crew has changed, and now please give a warm welcome to two members of the outside track. How are you doing?
We are good. We're glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. So we talked about your band history and where the girl comes from, and so. Tell us where you're from.
Okay, well, I'm from the east coast of Canada,
Okay.
a small little island which is called Cape Breton Island, and that's connected to Nova Scotia, which is a province in Canada. So Nova Scotia means New Scotland. So yeah, Old Scotland, New Scotland. Yeah, and so well, a lot of the Scottish crew came over mid-late 1800s with the Highland clearances,
Right.
and they landed in Cape Breton, and where their traditions became, they stayed very true to what came from Scotland. So they brought over the Gaelic language, the bagpipes, the step dancing, and fiddle were the main set of cultures that they brought. So it remained true in Cape Breton for the last 200 years. So I was really lucky to grow up in a small area like that.
So what does the Scottish heritage means to you?
Well, it's all I know, as both my parents are Scottish, and it's great. I think the Scottish crew are one of the most welcoming. In my experience, like growing up, going over to North Uist in Scotland, where my grandmother and all my mom's family is from, I mean, you can't leave the house without somebody giving you a drink or food or a present, or they just have to give you something all the time, and it's just a very warm welcome, and they love having people in the house, and it's just they're very just hospitable. That's the best way to describe
So your
them.
mom comes from the Outer Hebrides. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, in the 70s, in the island that I grew up on, Cape Breton, there was a big decline in the music and the culture and the language. And like 70s rock and roll was taking over, and there was no young kids coming up playing any of the old traditional music. So one of the main television shows put together a documentary called The Vanishing Cape Breton Fiddler. And the government got involved, and they were thinking, oh my gosh, we're going to lose our culture if we don't do something about it. So there they were able to round up enough money to get people from Scotland to come over to Cape Breton to teach Gaelic and the language and song and whatnot, and my mom was one of them. So she came over in the 70s and met my father and never left. So
so far so good.
Yeah, so far so good.
So we watched the video, and there was a Bonnie Lassie, and I said she did Irish tap dancing, but the Lassies told me, no, please tell us the difference.
Well, it's its own style, and originally it came from Scotland, and then ended up in Cape Breton, and it's very what they call close to the floor. That's the style of dancing. When you see Irish dancing and they're doing like these beautiful high kicks and moving quite all over the map. Well, the dancing that I do originally came over from Scotland, and it stayed true to its form in Cape Breton. And it's there's some similarities with the Irish old form of dancing, Sean-O's dancing, where they don't do as much of the high kicks and traveling across the floor. But the new wave of Irish dancing is very, very different. So with Cape Breton dancing, it's very much close to the floor. You kind of stay in one spot the majority of the time, and your steps are very quick and neat. And it's not about flash. It's about really listening to the tune and then mimicking with the steps what you're hearing. So
I see.
Yeah, and there's never been competitions either. Growing up in Cape Breton, that was one huge difference, I think, from the Irish culture. Whereas with our music and our song and dance, I can't remember a time where there were competitions. So it's just mostly about the enjoyment of playing.
So you grew up with this dance?
Yeah, that's what I did first, step dancing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was great because then you get the rhythm and you get the groove and you get just the sense of the music.
Yeah. And it looks very sexy live on stage as well.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, it is how it is, you know. So, and the quiet guy, the quiet old man in the corner. This is really bollocks. No. You're from Scotland, of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
I grew up in Stirling.
In Stirling.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, in a
Once
small town.
monument and
That's it.
Stirling Castle and so. Tell me about your thoughts about the Scottish heritage.
Well, I grew up with Irish family on my dad's side, so there was a big Irish influence for me as well as a kid playing Irish music, and I've been playing Scottish music since I was 9 years old. I started out playing the flute, and now I'm playing guitar.
Yeah, and then you started to career as a musician.
Yep, I went to school in Plockton, up in the Highlands, and since then I've been playing full time.
Cool stuff, cool stuff. So why do you think the folk music is so successful worldwide?
Oh, I don't know. I guess there's been so many people traveling all over the world, to Canada, to the States, to Australia, all over. And well, back in the day, then the Scottish travellers thought that Poland was the new world as well. So there's lots of Scottish people in Poland historically. So they've taken their music with them, they've taken their culture with them, and then their grandchildren become interested in where their family's from, and
Yeah.
it helps us.
Yeah. Keeps us employed, which is great.
So a guitar is not a typical Celtic instrument, but in the meanwhile it is actually, because you can't actually in the meanwhile think about Irish music or Scottish music without a rhythm guitar. Is that right?
Sure. I mean, the guitar has a really short history in folk music, but actually in any kind of music.
Aye.
But it has such a huge history in the same time. There's been so many developments in the style all over the world and all over different kinds of music. So yeah, I mean, nowadays nearly every single band has a guitar player.
Yeah.
It's a big part of the scene. Maybe not historically, but it certainly is now.
One of our slogans is "Welcome to your Celtic family," and we mean that, of course, music-wise. Did you ever met this Celtic family when you are on stage and you see probably fans who travel around with you or something like that? Do you think there is an international Celtic link or a family?
Oh, definitely. With Celtic fans, they're serious about the music. I think with any fan, I mean, that's what you are. You're serious about what's happening. And yeah, there's some people that come, just in the American shows that we were doing, there was like a lovely old couple that traveled, 7 hours to come and see us. When you're pulling teeth trying to get people out to some shows, and then you see the dedication from people who absolutely love this music. It makes us want to keep playing music when you have fans like that.
Yeah, that's very true. When you start your career, why did you actually plan a future as a musician?
Mine kind of happened. Like I never thought when I graduated from high school that's it, I'm going to be a musician. I went to art school and I was doing lots of drawing and painting and trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And then I got a call to go on the road it was like a river dance type of dance show. And I was like, okay,
as
sure,
a dancer?
let me try. No, as the fiddle player.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I was like, why don't I just try it and see if I like it? And I haven't stopped being on the road ever since. So it's been great. Yeah, it just ended up that after that, I got another call to go into a band where I was touring with 7 other guys, the only woman. That was a long one. And then from there, it gradually started molding into other forms of other bands. And then you blink and it's 20 years later. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, really lucky.
So, could you imagine a world without a fiddle?
No. No. I consider myself extremely lucky to have found something that I absolutely love and am able to share with the world. I would be pretty lost without something like it's so grounding inside me that that's what I'm lucky that I can play it and take it on the road. Yeah, it would be a very quiet world without fiddles.
That's very, very true, and especially in the Celtic music, you know, it's actually one of the main instruments. Yeah. So if every man has a mission, and every girl has a mission, what is your mission?
I think, that's a big one. You're getting very deep here.
That is not a problem.
I think to be able to keep playing our music and to keep being creative and keep pushing ourselves so that we never become tired of it or sick of it, you know, to always have that feeling of excitement when you get on stage. And that means pushing ourselves, like to always be learning more. Yeah. So that to me would be ideal. Like if I could do it for the next 20 years and still be happy with it and love it as much, I think that would be a good place to be in, for sure. Absolutely.
And you?
I think, well, folk music it's the music of the people. It's the music of the country or of a group of countries. Like Celtic music, it represents lots of different places. I guess we also have a responsibility to represent our own culture, like our own time as well. Like with the folk music, then it's oftentimes we're playing historical music. I think we can also play the music from today, like and represent that in folk music as well.
When you're live on stage and you play in front of full house, you know, what do you try actually to transfer to the audience?
I think the one thing we hear the most is how much fun we have on stage. And it's not put on. It's not like, all right, get on there and put on your fake smile. And because you can see through that. You can see when it's just like the minute they turn off, they're like,
do your job.
Yeah, this is like we are genuinely having a great laugh on stage. We're looking forward to, like, you know, what's going to happen next. And that translates to the audience 100% with just like, they're real people, you know, they're not just...
Yeah, there are lots of folk bands on this planet.
Yeah.
Why do you think this wonderful blue planet needs the outside track?
Okay, well, I think we have a lot to offer as 4 women and 1 lucky man. I really think there's not many doing what we are doing in the formation that we are in, and coming from 3 Celtic countries makes a big difference.
Oh, yes.
You know, we're always combining what is true to our hearts and then making it one big form. So that for us, if anybody is getting interested in Celtic music and they're looking at it and they can see, wow, this is they're getting kind of an education. It's 3 separate styles combined into one to form one, to form, I wouldn't say one style, but it's the ability to merge them all together to make a bigger picture. Yeah, that's why I can see that.
Did you actually notice the sparkle on her eyes while she talked about this fantastic project? Did you notice? Cool, huh? Yeah, it is really true. Ireland, Scotland and Nova Scotia as well.
Yeah.
Worldwide connection, and that is really a worldwide connection. When we say welcome to your Celtic family, this is the proof, you know. I think we should really watch another video, cause the whole band is waiting outside and they are hot to present a few tunes live here on this wee stage.
Perfect.
And till then, what should I say? All the very best. And at first, we have to mention again, when the guys want to buy your CDs, where can they do that? On your website?
On the website, www.theoutsidetrack.com. Also, we're available on iTunes. Those are the 2 main ways to get a hold of our music.
Aye. Buy the CDs and just enjoy the guys live on stage. Go for the concerts. Pay for the tickets, cause, as I told you earlier, even musicians have to pay bills.
Lots of bills.
So then I would say see you in a little bit, just after this wee trailer. you will see the outside track live on stage here on SchottenTV. Fantastic track! That must be the outside track! Live on stage on SchottenTV. What can I say? I'm just in heaven right now. Thank you for coming along. It was a pleasure, a cracker, a blast to have you.
Thanks very much for having me.
Hope you enjoyed yourself and the SchottenTV party as well.
Lots of fun.
So, what can I say? Is there a final message you have to say to your fans, probably worldwide outside, take this camera?
Who's going to be brave enough?
I think you, Maddie.
Oh.
So, okay, It's your camera.
It's my camera.
It's your camera.
All right. Well, if you like what you're hearing, please come out to Outside Track shows. We have a website, www.theoutsidetrack.com. Check out our Facebook page. And yeah, we love to play music for you. So thank you very much.
What can I say? It was a pleasure, and that was the Outside Track special on SchottenTV. So keep your chin up till the next time, and then all the very best. Your Basil Wolfrhine directly from SchottenTV.